What's up, class, and welcome to another lesson in the No Mod Shop class here on the Skooled Zone. We are here at my Vault 42 build just for a moment so I can show you what we'll be building today at another settlement. And it's my Turretcopter, which I created as a fun nod to the flying security bots from Bioshock. This has been a highly requested video, but now that we're into the Black Diamond lessons in the mini-series, it's time to show you how it's done. We'll head to my UFO build at Somerville Place and build a new one from scratch over there. So, hop on the school bus and I'll meet you over there. Alright guys, we're here at Somerville Place. It's a nice sunny day. I don't know how long it'll last though, because this place seems to be one of the rainiest locations in all of the Commonwealth. But anyway, we'll go ahead and start building. And what I'm going to do is probably put it right in this area right here. Okay? So it'll kind of be like a drone that's sort of flown out of the mothership and is hovering in front of the house. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is set up a power source. Since I don't want to run the wires down from the UFO, we're going to just create a new generator. And we're going to do that on the roof. Okay, so let me set up a little shack stairs so that we can hop onto the roof here. Oh, and I just put this in here, just testing it out. That wasn't part of the, I was trying to see if I could repair these without having to build an entirely new roof, but looks like I'll have to build an entirely new roof. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hide a generator and a conduit so that it radiates power out to the area where the Turretcopter is going to be floating. In order to do that, you're going to need to have a settlement with a tall building, or build one to hide the generator. Unfortunately, there's not really a way to extend wireless power out beyond around 2 full square tiles. So that's what we're going to have to do. That's our only limitation. Otherwise, you could put the Turretcopter just about anywhere. All right, so let's go ahead and build the generator, and we're going to hide it in this little attic area. And why don't we see if we can... Oops. Fell through the roof. Can't have that. Okay, so why don't we see if we can set the generator down in this little corner back here. Pull it a little closer to myself. There we go. Perfect. Okay, then we're going to grab a conduit. We're going to put it as high up as we can. This is all up to your preference, but I want a really high flying copter. You can have a low flying copter and it wouldn't really matter, how high you got the conduit, but we want it to radiate out as far as we can. So let's put it there and then wire it up to the generator. Okay, step 1. All right, now we can hop through the roof. Where did I fall down through? There we go. Excuse me, McCready. Why don't we get you working on this thing over here?
Hey.
What's up?
Go check that out.
Are you kidding? I can't get to that.
Hate when that happens. Okay, so let's go ahead and store this set of shack stairs for the moment. And then we are actually going to build some scaffolding. We'll use a prefab and use it for its intended purpose to actually climb up there. And you're just going to head to the top of the scaffolding tower. Okay, and then let's grab one of these little mushroom lights. They're called lamps, but they look like mushrooms to me. And we're going to set one down and see if we get power, okay? It'd be a little bit easier to see at night. In fact, the sun is setting, so that's a good thing. But if it's lit up, then you know that we're within the wireless power range of that conduit. So the conduit right in that little corner of the attic rafters is radiating power wirelessly all the way up to the scaffolding and hitting this lamp. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to test how far that limit is. So I'm going to grab the lamp and just scoot it over until it turns off. Right there. Okay, you see that little border there? Off, on, off, on. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to set it right there, and then I'm going to scoot it to the right and see how far we can take it. Right there, it turns off. Okay, so it can't go forward anymore, can't go to the right anymore, so that's the corner of the radiation. So what I'm going to do actually is pull it back into a safe zone, and I'm going to use this white line as a marker. Okay, so that little spot on the white line is going to be our marker. Okay, because I'm going to have to now store the lamp, and we're going to go back in to the workshop, to furniture, to containers, and then we're going to grab a safe. Yep, that's the secret to this. So we're going to grab a safe and place it right down on our little imaginary marker there. Okay, and then let's grab a turret. And it's cool because now that we're down here near the edge of the map, we get a Mark 7 turret. Let me pull a little closer so you can see. See, it's a Mark 7 turret, and if you look at the front, it says explosive. So these are explosive rounds. That's pretty awesome. So I pity the fool who tries to invade my Somerville Place UFO here. All right, so we're going to set this down right on top of, and by the way, the mark of that thing is based on how far away you are from Vault 111. So it sort of radiates out in sort of a semicircle pattern. So the farthest down on you are on the map and the farthest to the right you are on the map, the challenge levels get a little more difficult, and that's what determines this, the mark and the type. I haven't figured out a way to change it, to be honest. So if you don't want explosive rounds, maybe some of you guys can leave a tip. I know they did a patch where you can't change them with a glitch now anymore. There might still be another way to do it. If you guys know how to do that, you can help your fellow classmates out. Okay, now let's head down here. And the next step is to actually store the scaffolding. All right, not move it, just store it. You don't have to scrap it if you don't want to, but you can have to store it. If we tried to move the scaffolding, this would move with it. All right, now that it's been stored, the turret and the safe are floating. And the really cool thing about the safe is that it's almost invisible from the underside. You know, it has a transparent texture, a transparent skin on the bottom of it, and you can barely even see it. So it really just looks like the turret is floating there. Now, I could have done this with the pillar glitch, but it would have been a real pain because I would have had to like chain a whole bunch of pillars together to get it to rise up that high. So much easier with the scaffolding. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to bring the scaffolding back. And we're going to try to place it in such a way that it's not touching the turret anymore, but, you know, it will allow us to... If I can't... See, the problem here is not the turret, it's Somerville Place. Somerville Place has a real problem with placing the scaffolding towers in this area. I have no idea why it should be red. It should not be red right there. So skip the scaffolding tower if you have any trouble placing it down, and we can just use regular wood stairs to get up there. One there. Okay, and then let's just put a floor panel down just so we don't fall off. Okay, perfect. So we get to the underside of it here. And actually, you know what? I want this to be a little lower. Let's sink it down just a little bit so we can get a good view of the underside of it. This is all terrain dependent, so you might not have this same issue at another settlement.
A few moments later.
Okay, guys, so I just skipped ahead and saved you all the boredom of placing these stairs a little bit farther in the ground with the pillar so that we could place a wood platform and get right underneath the turret. But we are good to go now, so let's head up these stairs, get right underneath this little turret rig with the safe. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to quick save, because the first step we're going to do here is going to be a challenge to undo if you don't like the placement of it. So we are going to go into lights and grab a strobe light. It gets in the end. There it is. So I'm going to pull it towards me, and I'm going to place it. It's a little too close. Where did it go? Let's try that again. Okay, so I'm going to place it right in the center here, and I'm going to push it up into the turret. All right, so it doesn't interfere with the gears of the ceiling fan. All right, so get it right in the center there and build. All right, so now we have a little strobe light, sort of simulates the landing lights on a plane, you know, something to that effect. Now, the reason I said to quick save was because if you didn't get it centered right, you know, or if it ends up interfering with the gears of the ceiling fan, you can't really reach it anymore, you know, without pulling all this stuff apart. So what I would do if I messed up here is just load up my quick save and start over. Okay, let's go back into lights, and now we're going to grab this ceiling fan. Okay, so I'm going to pull it towards me once again, and I'm going to lower it. These are all tricks I taught in my 5 top building tips video, so if you don't know how to do that, then I'll put a link for that video up there. And then what we're going to do is, I'm going to get a little closer here, and I'm going to push it up into the turret so it lines right up with that strobe light. Really sensitive here. Okay, so that looks about lined up to me, and then I'm going to use the bumper and the select button to lower it down until it turns blue. Yeah, it looks pretty center to me, okay? Depth perception is so weird in this game. Okay, so I'll fast forward with this just so I can get it right to where it's on the edge of blue and red. Okay, that's good enough for me. There we go. Okay, we're not done yet. We're gonna add a second one. Yep, you can superimpose a second ceiling fan right on top of the first one. There we go. And this way it'll look like it's flying super fast, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and place it, and you can always adjust this a little later. That's a good thing. So, okay, see how I got them lined up? Didn't want that. So I'm gonna select one of them and then just place it down again. Not quite. You can just keep doing it until you get it right. Grab another one. So close, so close. There we go. Okay, I got it. All right, that's pretty sweet. Okay, so let's store all this stuff and take a look. Awesome. I probably could have lined it up a little bit better. Ooh, look at that. I can reach it from all the way down here. And you can just keep doing it until you get the timing down just right. There we go. I got it. Okay. Let's exit out and look at that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, McCready came to check it out. Okay, yeah, that's really cool. All right, let's take a look at it from over here. Pretty sweet. And you can see on the building back there, on the roof of the house, the strobe light effect. That's a little side advantage of having to have a building nearby to hide your generator and conduit. The strobe light will end up reflecting off of whatever that is and, you know, make it look like it's even more authentic.
Have you seen Diamond City? It's huge.
This family is so weird. Like the children of the corn. They just stand in weird places and stare at stuff. It's the strangest thing. Okay. Alright guys, well that's going to wrap up today's lesson. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe and share the video around on the socials. That's always appreciated. In a future video, I'll be creating a small quadcopter gunner drone that you can actually sit in and shoot the guns off manually, all without mods. It's going to be super cool. But that'll be part of the double black diamond lessons because of its complexity. More stuff to cover at this level first. Thanks again so much for watching. Happy building and class dismissed.